Hey, good morning to everybody. Daryl P, aka Artist in Recovery here. And I've got to say this, I am greatly relieved this morning. Let me fill you in on what's been going on just on this walk that I've been on for about a half hour. Okay, if you watch my channel, this hasn't happened lately, but I've got videos where strange stuff happens in my apartment. Yeah, I'm not saying ghosts or spirits, but there's stuff that's unexplained. I mean, there's been times where I actually saw a pen on the counter just slide and move right off the counter. Even as I hear myself saying that right now, because this hasn't happened in about 2 months, 3 months, I feel like I sound, people are going to think I'm crazy or I'm making this up or both. Okay. So I've talked about how my girlfriend, Audrey, passed away 4 years ago from COVID. And it got to the point where, I was really wondering, it seemed like the more I talked about Audrey, the more those things were happening. They haven't happened lately, except, okay, now I didn't want to go there with this. My car, all right? I've had this car for about 4 months, and my stepfather owned it before me. It's only a couple of years old. It's only got about 20,000 miles on it. It's a Honda. I won't say the make and model or anything, but okay. And from the day I owned it, from the day I went to motor vehicle, I come back to the car and all the windows are down. All right, so I think I'm crazy. I must be crazy here. I think, holy shit, this guy just hit the curb. So I'm thinking it's got to be me. All right, so I started locking the windows. And it seemed like it stopped for a while. This has happened like a dozen times. The weird thing is all 4 windows would be down the same amount. Like all the way down or halfway down or 3/4 of the way down. Nothing touching the car. The only way you can put the windows down is the buttons inside the car. All right, so it hadn't happened in about a month. So I thought, okay, it must have been something I was doing. And I checked the car. I go by the car and I check to make sure these windows are up. Yesterday I didn't drive it at all. I rode my bike twice and I went right by the car and I checked the car as I go by each time. This morning I come out, all 4 windows are halfway down. Not only that, but I get in the car to fix it and the windows are still locked. They're in a locked position. So even if you hit the button, the windows don't go down. Now I'm going crazy. Now I'm like, this is just freaking bizarre. It's really getting to me. I start thinking, is it, I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it, but I don't have an answer to this. I'm like, is this a freaking ghost spirit? Because it didn't happen to my stepfather. It never happened to my stepfather. It was freaking me out. Okay, being an older guy, almost 60 years old, I thought about Googling it. You can get an answer for everything if you Google. So I finally decided, I think I was afraid to see what the answer would be. So this morning, I'm walking about 20 minutes ago and I Google it. And I'll be damned. It says, I don't know if it's a fluke or a glitch, but if you hit unlock and then hit unlock again and hold it down, the windows will go down. And then as I'm reading this, I'm not paying attention to where I'm walking, and I walk right into a curb. Because it's still dark out, and there's not a lot of streetlights. I walk into a curb, and I do like a full half somersault. My phone goes flying. I land on my face in the grass. Too bad there's any cameras filming that. So anyway, I'm kind of relieved that there's an answer to this. I hope that's the answer. I don't even want to check any further, and I just pray it doesn't happen again because it was about to drive me crazy. Have a good Sunday.